Hello and happy Monday! It's the start of a brand new week, and have we got an awesome week lined up for you here at Crafters TV. I know, I've planned it all and I'm with you for most of the week, and we have got an amazing lineup starting right here this morning. Now, you know, when we do a masterclass, I try and listen to your feedback, build in what the stuff you want to learn about, and then build that into a big class. Well, a few weeks ago, we did a masterclass on our edgeables, and you guys loved it. You said you really learned a lot. And I did one little technique in there with some double-sided edgeables, and loads of you asking how to adapt some of the other techniques that we've done to make them work with double-sided edgeables. So today's class, I am focusing entirely on our double-sided dies. So I'm working with the edgeables, but so that we can mix it up a little bit, I thought we'd build in the creator cards and learn how to use creator cards with the when they're double-sided, how to get something more advanced. So to give you a bit of a heads up on what we're going to be doing, a little bit of a flavour, I'm going to be showing you just the very, very basics, how we can do the very basic techniques of how to use the dies. Then I thought we'd start and do some really advanced stuff. So I'd show you how to do some fantastic layered with the double-sided edgeables, layering them up. Oh, we've got some lovely double-sided topper dies in here as well coming up. Sticking with that theme, you know how I love. My favourite card to make at the moment are the Z-fold cards, and they work an absolute treat with edgeables, even better with double-sided edgeables. So I'm going to be doing this one. I'm also going to be showing you just some of the very basic techniques that we do with edgeables, but how to use the double-sided edgeables in those basic techniques. And I'm going to make sure we don't run out of time. I wanted to show everyone how to use your creator cards in a box. So how to use the double-sided, get that layer when you can see right through into the box. So that, I've actually got even more to go at here if you want to, but these are the things that I'm planning to make in this morning's show. So make sure you mark this as being one of the ones that you come back to, because I've got so many techniques to cover. Now, what I've done is I've tried to choose products that we have. I know most of you watching, those hardcore fans of you, will probably have a lot of these dies because they're dies that have recently been launched in our collection. However, we get a lot of newbies every day watching us here at Crafters TV. So what we've done is we've put on some great deals, brought back some of our launch deals on some of these products. So Joe will walk you through basically everything I'm going to be using. And if you don't have it and want to get hold of it, Joe will walk you through all the details, and then I'll get ready with the first demo. Sound like a plan, Joe?
I think that sounds like a great plan, Sarah. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're well. If you didn't recognise, I've got my glasses on this morning. I don't know what happened. I just could not get my contact lenses in. I was having that Monday thing. I stood there prodding myself in the eye for hours, and I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to put my glasses on. So I'm feeling a bit cash this Monday. I hope you're all well. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Already have lots of you commenting away over on Facebook, which we love. Any questions, any comments you've got throughout this whole 2-hour masterclass, then absolutely get them into us over on the Facebook Live. That's where I'll be monitoring all the comments. Crafters TV is where you'll find us on Facebook. Any pictures as well, we'd love to see, because obviously some of these techniques Sarah has covered in previous masterclasses. If you've attempted them and you've nailed, or maybe you've attempted them and not nailed them, we'd like to see all your photos. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send them in to us. Now, there is absolutely loads on this show for you today. What I would just quickly say, quick caveat, is if you want to use these double-sided dies, you are going to need the double-sided cutting plates. Both of them, for the larger machine and the smaller machine, are in stock right now over on the website. So do go and grab those over there. But we're going to look firstly at the edgeables. Now, it's the edgeables complete collection in this show. There is absolutely loads in here. You're getting eight different designs in here. So let me show you some of them that are coming included. You've got this one, which is just here. Now this is the garden border edgeable, as you can see there. Really lovely. This one here is the fleur de lis that's been used. So again, all of those edgeable techniques that you know and love, you're going to be able to do, but now with these double-sided dies. So they do double the amount of cutting, which is amazing. So you've got this one here, which is the stars. We've then got, of course, always popular, the butterfly butterflies are coming in here too. And again, loads that you can do with these, whether it's card projects, whether it's boxes you want to be doing. You've got the hearts on here too. Then we've got this one, which is the pretty florals, which I love. It really is gorgeous. And my probably favourite one of all of them is this one just here, which is the diamond lattice. Makes a gorgeous, gorgeous card. So you're getting included heart to heart, dancing butterflies. You're also going to get shining stars in there as well as fleur-de-lis, pretty florals, garden border, diamond lattice, and lily border too. There are a couple of other extra ones, but do check out the website for them. Some circle ones there too, which are gorgeous. Now, move on to the toppers, which we've got on the show for you today as well. Two different ways of getting these. So there's two different options. So you can either go for the butterflies, which is this one just here. This one is absolutely gorgeous, and they make really lovely big statement toppers. This is, of course, what you're going to start with. This is what it cuts out, and then this is what you're working up to. And the butterflies come along with the heart, which is this one just here, and you can also get that along with the mandala. So that's the first option that you've got. If you want to get all of them, the value gets even better in just a minute. So the next one we've got for you is so that one just there is the other option. Let me just show you. So I'll just show you that option that's on your screen. That's this one here, which is the beautiful Floral Delight, which is coming along with the Floral Delight, the Pretty Posy, and then
that comes with the mandala.
Oh, I've got myself in a right. I've obviously not got my specs on properly, have I? Right, that's all 6 of them. You get them all, so just get them all. If you get them all, they would be, of course, £100 or $125, which is a great saving. You're saving 50% in the UK, which is fantastic. So yes, let me just put myself right. In collection 1, you've got Butterfly Kaleidoscope, Retro Floral, and Lots of Love. And in the second one, you've got Stargazing, Decadent Deco, and nope, that's also wrong. So option 1, you've got Flutter by Wishes, All of My Heart, Sweet Cupcakes. Option 2, you've got Floral Delights, Pretty Posy, and Floral Mandala. But if you get them all together, you get all 6. Whew, I'm glad we got there in the end with that one. Right, should we move on to the creator card? Let's see if I can should we say if we can get this one, we can nail this one. Right, so in the creator card, what you get is you get the butterfly, which is this one just here. You can see that they're gorgeous, gorgeous one. You're also going to get in this one the retro floral, which is this one just here. And also you've got Lots of Love in there too. So that's your first option if you want to go for those. Now our creator cards are amazing. However, with our double-sided creator cards, you create even more with them. This is your second option. So in your second option, you've got Stargazing. You've also got this one here, which is the Decadent Deco, which is lovely. Love that with the gilding wax there. You can see how beautiful that is. And what you've also got then is the Opulent Tile, which is that one just there. So they're your different options for the two different sets. However, get them both together, and that is how you get the best value, because you are saving a fortune. How much of the stock's gone here already? 10% of the stock already gone just on the preview alone. So a very, very busy start. And again, as I say, any questions that you've got about, maybe you might need to come back and clarify which is in which one again, I think, after that. But yeah, any questions at all that you've got, drop them into Facebook. Make sure you get your pictures into us as well. But for now, I'm going to hand you back to Sara for some crafting.
Yes, you know, I've realised what a lot of you do is look to see what's coming up on the shows, pre-order the stuff so that you know you've got it, and then you can sit and enjoy the masterclass, hence the fact that before we even start the show, loads of the stock's already gone. Now, I'm going to start off with the creator cards just because I want to show you how these work, and I thought I'll show you through a lot of the samples before we start. So here's a good one. I made this one, I think I made this on the show the other week just to show you. Can you see, this looks like a 3-layer butterfly. So you've got the pastel pink, you've got the hot pink in the background, and then you've also got that silver, because it actually shows all the way through to the back. So that is your butterfly one here. You can see it really, really well on this one. You can see there we've got the different layers of purple layered up there to give you a kind of different feel to it. So you've got the butterfly one. Let's have a look. I'm going to work with the stars. So these are the stars and they look fantastic. You know, in golds or silvers, they really just completely come to life and can be used for so many different occasions. So there you go, for a Mr. and Mrs. card, great anniversary or a wedding card. Here's a congratulations card in there. Now the hearts, there's a sample I really love here. Let's have a look at this one. So here's the hearts in this one. And can you see these are really nice to colour in behind, because all of the hearts, you kind of look like you're looking into the card. So I'm hopefully going to be squeezing in I've got another card I really wanted to do with that one. Let's hope I get a chance later. Now, that's the one that Joe loved there. How different does it look with a little bit of white on versus with a little bit of black on? And these, any of you who are into like your flapper cards or stamps with the, you know, ladies from the Roaring Twenties and things like that, that would make a brilliant background. And then also, I really like this one here, just in terms of having a really intricate lacy background. So it's going to cut that double layer, so you're always getting the double layer of the lattice. So this one here, for example, is done with black and gold. How fantastic do they look? Oh, you're on the move. I like that. I like that idea down there of having those like on the move, so they're lifting up. So that's just a little bit of a flavour of how they work, of what they're going to look like. But I'm going to show you exactly how they're going to work. So I've taken out here the stars design. So this is it here, and you can see on the bottom, it's going to show you, let's get nice and, let's zoom it in. We've got one layer's going to cut you like the very background, which is the pale blue in this one. One's going to cut you the detail, which is the dark blue glittery one in this one. And then if you put them over top of another colour, you end up then with the third layer. So let me show you. I've got here, let's have a look. We've got some glitter card and also some matte. So you know the packs that we do, where we do the glitter card and the mirror card, they would be absolutely perfect for this sort of thing, right? Because you've got the colours that match in beautifully. So I'm going to cut the detail, which is this one, into the blue. And I'm going to cut the other into the matte mirror with the both blue. I'm going to cut the detail into the glitter, right? Now, I wouldn't usually have this big pieces of card. However, I'm worried about knocking them when we're in the machines, when we're doing it live and I'm like having to lean over and whatnot. So I've just brought bigger sheets in. Now, look, we stick these on here because we sometimes pick up the wrong plates to use. So this is not a bad idea. Nice tip, by the way, if you're going to... because I keep mixing them up with the foil press, I've had to stick these signs on. It's because Leanne got them mixed up once on one of her shows, but don't tell her I grassed her up, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put the first design in, and we're going to pop this on. So this is going to cut face down into the glitter card. Now here's the thing, if you ever want to give it a little bit, if you ever want to add the metal plate in, so I might add the metal plate there because that's quite detailed, you need to add it here so that we're still cutting into the metal. And also what I'm going to ask you to do is, instead of putting the die in straight like this, I'm going to ask you to tilt it like this. Can you see? So I'm going to ask you to tilt it so that it will cut on an angle as it goes into the machine. So I'm going to sandwich the other piece on top. So I know this seems quite wasteful with card, but don't worry, like I said, when you're doing this at home, you're going to be taking your time. You're not going to be having to lean all the way over the bench. So that's how I've made the sandwich. And I will walk through this with you several times over the course of the masterclass, because it is a masterclass, so we've got plenty of time to go into detail on all of this stuff. So basically, your die sandwiches in between your card sandwiches in between your double-sided die plates, and then your double-sided die plates sandwich in between your regular plates. That is how it all works, right? And we're going to go and offer this straight into the machine now. Just like I would do when I was doing my usual, that's really working hard, I can hear it. Can you hear it? It's gone really quiet because it's working so, doesn't like that metal plate. So, and you know what, I shouldn't really be using the metal plate. It doesn't call for the metal plate. I've just asked for it because it's a more detailed die. If that happens, all you do is come and take the metal plate out. So I know that we shouldn't have it in, so I'm going to take it out and I'm going to send it back through, and then we'll give it. So it's one of them things, right? Try it. If it's too much, as it was here, it's just returned it. So it's a really great tip. I say it all the time, but it's another thing to be able to actually experience it live on the show. And you hear that bit of a clunk, that's just because when we're sending this out, and you see, basically it's coming off the edge almost all at once. So here we go. First die, when I lift this off, and I'm going to try and take this off in pieces, these are brilliant for having keep all these little stars, because they're going to be absolutely brilliant for like shaker cards. So they come in handy because you've got full stars saved over. The other side, not so much, because it's going to be in pieces, but that there, all these little stars, just all nicely saved, and they can just put them to one side, ready for a shaker card, ready another day. Apparently there's a lot of love for those glasses, Joe, in the...
There's loads of love. I've got a really funny story to tell you about them a bit later, because they're actually about 8 years old, but I've only had them for the last year or so. I think I lost them for about 7 years and then found them again.
So tell me you haven't just been managing without glasses for 8 years?
No, I've had contact lenses in, but then I lost my other glasses and then I found these ones, which is great. Loads of you are loving this morning as well. Jan saying that she struggled with the double-sided dies in the past. It's lovely to have a masterclass on them. Yeah, a lot of love from the glasses, saying good morning. Robin says loving the glasses. Jane says I'm looking sharp today. Thank you, Jane. And Jeffrey saying nice love for the glasses as well. Enough about the glasses and how sharp I like, but if you've actually got any questions about these double-sided dies, then you can of course get them in, so do let us know, and I'd love to know what you're using them for, and see some of the things that you've been making as well. Would be another great way for you to show. Cheryl says Leanne did mix them up once but recovered with grace. I can imagine Leanne recovering with grace. I think that she always does. Not that she makes many mistakes, granted. So
no, but when she does, we remind her about it constantly.
Absolutely.
So like the time that she got the wrong plate in the double-sided dies. Yes, nice.
Yes, any questions or comments, or keep getting them in. I'll keep monitoring the conversation over on Facebook.
Right, so look, there are a few of these that you could probably keep for your shaker cards. So I'll keep all of these here. They are looking pretty good there, all right? So there we go. So this is all to keep. These ones are the ones to come out, all right? And then, so let's just put all them on the to keep pile. Now, let's have a look at how we're going to put this card together now, because I'm just going super duper simple, all right? So it's literally super duper simple. Just want to get all these little bits out, right? This I'm going to put behind in front of a piece of acetate. Now, a couple of tips when you're using and sticking it onto acetate. You can either run it through a Xyron, or if you want to do use your tape pen, use the dotty one. And can you see I'm going all the way around? Now, don't just go around the outside, because then it won't stick in the middle. You need to make sure that you get tape all the way down here. Now, you can't do this with your regular tape pen. You'll get bits everywhere, and we don't want bits. So the dotty tape pen's perfect, because then you get no glue showing through. So here's my acetate. And do you know what? I'm going to just line it up on the base there so that I can actually see where I'm sticking it. Oh, you're going to get the hair shot. Yeah, you've got the hair shot. Well, we're all right. Oh, we jumped to the close-up. My producer, Laura, always has my back, you know. She's such a good one. Although, to be honest, the hair shot isn't too bad at all, because I think I've really nailed the whole how to cover up my roots with a nice little spray that was a £5 on Amazon. So quite happy with how all that's coming together. Now, this would be brilliant on, like, you could put this on the top of a box and the other one underneath. Can you see? What I'm going to do is raise this up a little bit. So just make sure you've got it the right way up, because if you look, it doesn't go this way. If you put it this way, all these bits are slightly off in the middle. But we're going to go this way, and I'm going to slightly raise it up with a little bit of double-sided tape. And then I'm going to mount that, not double-sided tape, I'm going to raise it up with some 3D foam. And then I'm going to mount that onto a nice bit of black, so that you'll see then the colour coming through. So I can do that, Joe. I'm happy to open the craft clinic, so if anybody has any crafty questions, I am more than welcome for you to send them through. By the way, I'm going to stick this with a little bit of tacky glue, because what I want to do is make sure we get that really, really good stick onto the glitter card. So yes, whilst the tape pens will stick onto glitter card, using a wet glue is going to guarantee you a long-term stick, which is what we're looking for there. You don't want this to be one of the cards that you make and then send send it to someone and it come apart in the post, which could happen.
Denise over on YouTube is asking, would love to know what the glitter cardstock pack that you're using is.
Oh yes, so this is our luxury card. Go and have a look on the website and search for luxury card. And in the packs, we do the packs that have the glitter, the mirror and the matte mirror cardstock all in the same pack. And then you're guaranteed to have all the same colours that are going to perfectly match up there as well.
Fantastic. Loads of you still commenting along. I see there's lots and lots of you watching us this morning. It's a pleasure to have your company at the start of a brand new week, as always. Shall I show you where? Should we shout out some people and see where the people are calling in from? We've got Helen in Ipswich. Good morning. Lynn is saying hi in Essex. Robbie in Alabama. Teresa's in Norfolk. Kirsten's in Ida Oberstein in Germany. The funny thing is this morning, you know, everyone's changing their Facebook photos, aren't they, to these... what are they called? It's not... is it avatars?
Avatars.
Is that what they're called?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's like, usually I know everyone in Facebook Live through their... Pictures. But this morning I've just got loads of pictures of avatars, which is quite strange. Crystal's saying hi from Pennsylvania. Nancy's saying hello in Cape Coral in Florida. It sounds nice, doesn't it?
Sounds lovely.
This is a fabulous... Jan from Italy has messaged in, who watches us regularly. Says, hi, Sara and Joe. Jan here from Italy again. I'll try not to comment as much today, but I have to say, Joe, I saw you on YouTube with the meringue over Dave Bradford's head over the weekend. Absolute classic. I'll have to try and find it and post it on my... I'll post it on my Facebook page at some point today. It is a very good... I look about 7 years old, though, in the picture. I think it was maybe like...
You were about 7 years.
Yeah, I think it was like 10 years ago now. So, yeah, it's a long time ago. Really, really busy on this collection, which is on your screen at the moment. 15% of the stock has gone at the moment, which is a lot, considering we're, 20 minutes into the first hour of this masterclass. I'll just quickly whiz you through what you get, the different options that you've got included in there. So you're going to get
You do that. All I'm doing is popping glue gel on, so nobody's going to miss anything, don't worry.
Wonderful. So you're going to get the butterflies in here. You also get this one here. Sorry, I'm all fingers and thumbs today, aren't I? This one here is your retro floral. Really, really gorgeous, that one. And you're also going to get the love hearts in there, which are also beautiful. Well, I keep saying they are all beautiful. I'm going to have to stop saying they're beautiful, but they really, really are. And the great thing is, this is a stars. The different ways that you colour these up and the different cardstocks that you use mean that you get a completely different look and feel to them. So that's what you get included. That's all 6 of them. But really, what it's like having is 12 full-size creator card dies. So it really is fantastic value for money. Evelyn's saying, she's never seen anyone use the 3D glue gel on the double-sided dies before. What a great way of using it. Peggy saying, I started to work on the pansy and double-sided dies. She's asking about taping double-sided dies, is Peggy, Sara. Any tips on that?
Well, yes, I can cover that in the next demo if you want.
Fantastic, that would be great. Loads of you still commenting along. Robin, Fran, Linda, Erin, more avatars. Linda Longfellow looks very glamorous in a new avatar Facebook page. I tried to do one over the weekend, but it made me look really skinny. They didn't have a fat enough one for me. So
Joe.
But I don't know what happened. Every time I did it, it just didn't look like me, so I just gave up. I didn't make one. I was going to have one put on the front of a jumper, but I just couldn't get it right.
Oh, I'm sure.
Maybe they'll expand their range, hopefully. What do you say?
Do you know, by the time you do, Joe, with all this cycling you're doing and everything like that, you'll be super skinny anyway.
All this cycling, I went on one bike ride so far.
Well, he's got a bike. He's got a bike. We've made a start.
I've made a start.
Right, so...
How are you getting on there?
Well, I've done that. Can you see? I think you need to have a little look up close, Joe, because it's so dimensional, because I've used all of that... I've used all the 3D glue gel to get it really, really dimensional, so that you're really looking through and seeing the different layers of the card. And then all I'm going to do is pop this little happy birthday on there, and we are good to go on this one.
How fantastic is that? If you're using these to like batch make as well, are we right to sell cards that we make with these dies, Sara?
You are all right to sell everything that you make with these. And can I just say, I know a lot of you watching might not have heard about this when we first launched double-sided dies, but you might be thinking, oh, double-sided dies, I've never heard about them. I'll have to go and look them up on the internet or whatever. You will find that we are the only people that do them. That's because this is brand new technology that we innovated, we created, and and we've patented, so it's exclusively available to us. So you won't find any other companies doing double-sided dies. And what I love about it is, if you wanted to make that card there, okay, to buy the 2 dies that you would need to make that card there would essentially be double the price. But so it's not just the convenience of having one pass through the machine gives you the double look, it's the fact that it's half the price that it would be. So the only way you can get this layered effect, and it's like a 3-layer effect in your cards, is by having multiple dies. Whereas actually you'd be talking about buying 2, or we've created the illusion of 3, but you're paying a fraction of the price. And creator cards are one of our most popular, if not, between creating cards and edgeables are our 2 most popular concepts that we do. So I think that just shows you the nice and simple way of how I intended these to be used when we first released them. So we're going to go from that and progress and do more advanced stuff now, but that is like the basics of how to use these.
Fantastic. Loads of you sending in your pictures in. Let's take a look at some of them. Oh, Christine sent us in a photo. That is gorgeous. And that is the opulent tiles, I think she's used there in the background. And then one of our word edgeables as well along the top of there. So really, really great way of using them, as you can see. If you want to send us in any pictures, you can, of course. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send them into. I'll just quickly whiz you through the creator card collection once more, just to recap what you're getting in there. So you get all 6 of the dies. So you're going to get the butterflies, you're going to get the retro florals in here, and you're also going to get the hearts alongside the stars, which is this one here. And this is just one way of using these, of course. You know, they look very, very different compared to how you make them up. You've got the the Art Deco one there, and you've finally got the opulent tiles there as well. £100 is great value for money. This should be in the UK £149.94, but it's £100 today. Or in the US should be $179.70. It's $125 today, so it really is fantastic. If you want to, there's a couple of other options that you can go for as well. So if you want to go for this one just here, this is the butterfly, the retro floral, and the love. You can get those together as a separate collection, $59.97 or $71.88. Or of course you can get the other one as well, which is stargazing, the Decadent Deco and the Opulent. That's $59.97 also, but of course the best way to get the best value is to get all 6 of them together at the same time, and that is how you get the best deal. Now I want to show you something else that's very busy on the website. I know we don't have anywhere near as much of it as we would like. It is the Gemini Double-Sided Die Retro and Swirls collection. How much of the stock's gone here? 20% of the stock has gone here. It's very, very busy on its own. You get 2 of them for £20 or $30. You're saving a fifth there, so that is really, really great value for money. Right, anything you want to know, anything that you're struggling with or you want covered in this masterclass, then I am here. Pop it in the comments and I will do my best to get round to those questions for you. Sarah, what do you want to show us next?
I love that, Joe. We're such a great team. Joe's like, whatever you need, I'm here for you. To ask Sarah. Yes, that's the idea about these masterclasses. It's slower paced. We can take our time. We can go in depth with a lot of these. We want to see your pictures. Any of you out there, I know most of you watching today are bound to have some of our creator cards or edgeables or the topper dies that we're using. Anything double-sided, send us your pictures and we'd love to feature them in the show. Now, I did say we'll do this one next. It is a favourite card of mine. You can be doing this technique, as long as you've got some acetate, which we've got on the show, you can be doing this technique with every single edgeable, and I think it's one of the most spectacular edgeable cards you can do. Really involved, really detailed, but actually once you know how, it's super simple. So I'm using for this one the Centura Pearl card, which we have on the show, okay? Well, we have on the website if you go and have a look. And what I've done is, I've started with a piece. Let me give you the exact measurements, okay? So I've gone 2.5 inches in, and then I've done this 7 inches wide. So I've done 7 inches with another 2.5 inches at each side, and I've put that score line on. So it's a gatefold, but they don't have to meet in the middle, because bear in mind it's going to be like this sort of shape. We're going to put the dome of the acetate in the middle. Now let's just find that die. Let's have a look. I haven't got the butterfly one out yet. Here we go. Here is the butterfly die when we come to do it as an edgeable. So, oh, it's a brand new one. should have brought mine in from home. I didn't, I just thought we'd have one open in the studio. Here we go. Right, so let's have a good look at this die. Can you see with the edgeables, you are going to start here. There's the cutting point. It starts here, it cuts all the way around the top and stops here. So anything below this point stays connected. This is the detail side. This is then going to cut out some fanciness to go on the inside of it. So let's just take this on the edge. I'm going to cut, just imagine there's nothing on the back. We're going to play with this side. This is what we're going to do. We're going to pop this so that it, can you see it comes on the edge, and you can see it's going to start cutting here. It's going to stop cutting there, cut all this detail out here. You need to make sure that this is on that card so that it's not cutting across the top. Now, who is it who was asking about taping the dies down? Because that's exactly what we can do now.
I did find it here just a minute ago, but I have got another question from Sonia as well, whilst I find that one. Sonia is asking, if you're people on the auto ship for the edgeables in the US,
yes.
Will they be getting the circles and the retro at some point, or should they order those?
They will indeed. They will be getting the circles and the retro. Trust me, if you are in the US auto ship program, then that is the way you are guaranteed to get everything in the range. Okay? So what we do is, and I'll explain this, when we design the auto ships for HSN, we put everything we design in the range into the future auto ships. The only way you can be guaranteed to get everything, and then we will release other designs as they come out, depending on how popular they are, depends on how many times we'll do the launches here. So yes, if you're in the auto ship program, trust me, you are sorted.
Fantastic, always good to know.
Right, are you ready for the sandwich?
Yeah.
So we're going to go onto the double-sided die plate, right? So you've got the die. It's going to get sandwiched between two pieces of cardstock. So it's going into the purple. We're going to go into the darker purple, so that's going to go on the top. And what I'm going to do is hold that in place with a bit of tape, but we're going to tape the actual cardstock here, not the die. So I'm going to slightly offset it, and let's just show you another little tip here. If this is the edge of the plate, make sure when you're offsetting it, this isn't coming. Can you see the edge of the plate's running the edge of there? Don't let it come out, because then you're not going to knock it as we put it through the machine. So I'm going to hold this in place with a little bit of tape. This sandwiches between our two double-sided die plates, and I'm using the junior ones just because I always like to use my junior plates in the big machine just for speed. However, they're going to work exactly the same if you're using them in the large Gemini. So there is my sandwich. Die, sandwich between two pieces of card, two pieces of card, sandwich between two double-sided die plates, two double-sided die plates, sandwich between two top plates. And then that is ready to go through. So what it will do is, it's working like an edgeable, but at the same time, it's cutting me a top layer that I can then stick on top of it, which is super clever. So can you see, as I come and lift this off here, there is my detail die. I'm going to lift you off there and pop you out. This one here is where we're going to cut the basics out. So this is where we had our tape, which is holding that in place. Can you see there? That is cut all of that detail, and then what we're going to do, Joe, is just come in with your scissors and just trim off to the start point of that die. Can you see? So we just trim off to there, and then that's me stuff on the floor. And let's have a look. I'm going to get a little bit of kitchen towel because I've now got 3D glue gel all over the edge. So you're going to sit and pop all of these pieces out. And what you need to do is you need to do it on this side, and then do exactly the same on the other side and pop that one out. Now, in true Sara style, I thought I had one I prepared earlier. Maybe I didn't. Did I have one that I prepared earlier? No, in that case then, Joe, I'm going to keep sitting popping out.
No problem at all. Keep getting your questions into us. Lots of people saying hello still. We've even got viewers in New Zealand today.
Viewers in New Zealand?
Yeah,
Who's watching from New Zealand?
Ruth is in New Zealand. She's saying hi. Marie's edgeables are on the way. Marie from Michigan. She's got a fabulous avatar. It's worth going, even if you're not interested, you don't want to comment, it's worth going and have a look at it. Everyone's fabulous new avatars over on Facebook, because they are quite wonderful. Robbie's saying she just received her first double-sided die, the double florals, and really enjoying the masterclass, which is always great. Sonia says that last one was beautiful, and still loads of love for the glasses as well. So maybe I'll wear them a bit more often. Who knows?
Can you see what I've done just to speed along? I knew I'd done one, Joe. So I've got the one where I've cut them and I've stuck some double-sided red liner tape on the back. And then what I've done is this one here, I've popped it all out and I've just ran it through my Xyron so that it's easier for me to peel the backing off and be able to stick this on. So we did have the Xyron on last week. I know we're now waiting for stock of the Xyrons to come back into stock. We did warn you about it at the time, but whether you use the Xyron or whether you want to go and use your, you want to spray on the back with a bit of stick and spray, but look how easy that was without me having little bits of glue everywhere. So I've done one for each of the two sides, and I just find this is, when you've got a really intricate die like this is probably the easiest way to stick it all down there. So there we go. So here's all of this part here. Then we're ready to get into the actual, let's have a look. I want to just get these on perfect, Joe, because I'm thrilled with how this card's coming together. So it's always worth taking your time. The devil is in the detail, as they say.
Jan's asking, Sarah, when you use beautiful paper on the inside of the cards that it shows through the die cuts on the front, where do you sign the card or put the sentiment? Do you not worry about it showing through? Great
tip, Joe. I like to write it on the back.
Okay.
But if you don't like it to see on the back, what you do is create another card that's the same size and stick it onto the back. So that then what you get is you get your lovely card with then another card on the back, so it's like a card opening in a card.
What a great idea.
Just going to trim this down a little bit further, Joe, just so that it fits in nicely. Oh, we've got the guillotines on the show today, haven't we?
Well, there's a very special craft vault coming up today. I don't know how I've managed to do it, but I managed to get you discount on core items. So things like the rocker blocks, the scissors, the glass cutting mat, the self-healing cutting mat, the small guillotine, even the Gemini Mini as well. So all of that will be coming up a little bit later in the show. All the deals are now right there over on the website. So pop yourself across the website, craftscompanion.com.uk.eu. Watch and shop at the same time. You'll see all the craft vault items there as well. More photos coming in as well, which we absolutely love. More pickies this morning. Carol sent us in a picture. Oh, that is beautiful, isn't it?
Carol, loving them. That's lovely Valentine's Day card there.
That's toppers and edgeables there.
Very nice. She's loving the double-sided there. Loving the double-sided. Oh, and then also Kirsten, I do like that fancy one. I've got some lovely samples to show you actually afterwards with these, and that is one of the really nice ones. And that is using the toppers as well as the edgeables. Thank you, Kirsten, for sending that in. Brilliant.
That's gorgeous.
I love getting your cards in there. Right, don't worry, I haven't done anything. So I've got the acetate, and I've used our construction acetate, which has the extra peelable layer on the back. So just, if you're ever using our acetate, make sure you check. We do different types of acetate for different purposes. So some of them are a little bit stronger than others. Some of them are printable. Some of them are heat resistant so that you can emboss onto them. So make sure if your acetate's looking a little bit clouded, it could be one of the ones that gets a backing sheet on, so just keep a little eye out for that. And then if I just peel all these peel all of these pieces off the background, and then I'll put the first half of the card on. Right, are you ready? So once we've got the background off now, I've got my acetate, which obviously you can't see. I'm just going to pop that exactly up against the side of the card and stick that first piece down. I'm going to bring it over, and I'm going to do the same with the second piece. So let's just get the backing off all of this red liner tape, and then and red liner tape, by the way, we've got the red liner tape in stock too if you go and have a little look on the website. It's brilliant if you want really, really strong. So when I'm sticking acetate, I like to use red liner. So the piece of acetate, which I made wider than the card. So can you see, if I just show you, piece of acetate I made 2 inches wider than the card. So what I'm going to do now is then put the second piece on there, stick that second piece down, and then what you will get is that lovely bow on the front. So it is a self-supporting card, which I think looks brilliant, but if you wanted to add another card onto the back of it, you absolutely could do that if you wanted to then write inside. Great question. What I want to do is, Joe, I'm going to continue on, and I'm going to use one of the topper dies and cut out one of the toppers to make the butterfly to go in the inside.
Oh, sounds gorgeous. Dina is saying good morning. Kirsten is saying thank you so much. I love the double-sided dies. They are a must. Lots of you already got these as well, and talking about how you're using them.
That's why I picked them, Joe.
Absolutely. Sonya's saying, how do I locate the construction acetate? I think it's out of stock at the moment. I'll double check. If it is, go to the website, pop in construction acetate. If it's out of stock, pop your email address into the box underneath and we'll email you as soon as it comes back in stock. So that's always the best way to guarantee you're going to be able to get your hands on it next time it is in stock. Loads of people saying hi. Jennifer's saying good morning from St. Louis. Meet Me in St. Louis is one of my favourite ever musicals. It makes me think about it every time someone emails in. It's got Judy Garland in it. It's where the trolley song comes from. I know, every day's a school day, isn't it, here at Crafters TV? Anne saying, Anne from Connecticut saying, I'm awake, what have I missed? You've missed loads, Anne, I'm afraid. It's been a really jam-packed 40 minutes. But don't forget, you can always go back and watch all of our shows back afterwards over on Crafters TV. So pop yourself across to the website, click Crafters TV, and you'll be able to watch all of them back. And if you've loved this one, I mean, maybe even go back and watch maybe one of the previous masterclasses too, if you want to. How are you getting on there, Sarah?
I am sandwiching dye in the middle of cardstock, right? Cardstock in the middle of double-sided die plates. Double-sided die plates go in the middle of your regular cutting plates. So that'd be the third time this show I've ran through that. Everyone always says to me, oh, I always get confused with them double-sided die plates, what to use. Well, now I've shown you, don't be frightened of it. Trust me, when you've gone and done a couple, you'll be like, oh yeah, she was right. It's not really scary at all. But I know for a lot of people, because it's different, because it's a different sandwich combination, people are like, But what we've done is we've made the special plates because you need to have the right thickness and also to withstand the cutting from both edges. You needed to be able to cut into both sides. If you remember, that's the one rule when you're cutting with your Gemini. You only cut into either the cutting plate or the metal plate. Well, we've had to make you a new type of plate for you to be able to cut into. So look at this. Here's our different layers. So there's a nice, we've got different shades of purple and then different shades of white here. So I've just done them all. Give that a little bit of a tap. I'll get in trouble off Leanne. Where have I put my pokey tool? Here it is. I'll get in trouble off Leanne for poking my, for tapping my double-sided dies. She's in later, isn't she? Oh, it's you and Leanne tonight.
Oh, there's a jam-packed week coming up this week here on Crafters TV. Helen over on YouTube is saying, oh, well, loving that card with the acetate. So we are seeing your comments over there as well. Yeah, it's going to be a great show tonight with myself and Leanne. 4 o'clock in the UK here, of course. If you're on the East Coast, it'll be 11 a.m. And we're going to be having a little bit of a look back at something you'll have seen in Cartload on Thursday. We'll be getting Leanne's spin on that. There's also a lot of very, very sparkly inks on the show and some great stamps as well. So a little bit of everything for you tonight. And then, of course, a whole week of stuff still to come, which I'll tell you more about as we go through the show a little later. Now, I just want to run you through this topper collection that you've got. So it's broken down. Should we see if I can get it right this time?
Good luck.
Right, are you ready? Whew, no pressure. Right, in collection 1, you have got the butterflies, which is fantastic. You've also got... no, we've still got it wrong again, haven't we? For All My Heart... and
nope, not that one.
Not that one. Why do my notes say that the cup? I don't know what's happened here. And you've got the cupcake in there as well. That's in collection 1. Right, collection 2. Floral Delight is that one there. You've also got the Pretty Posy. And you've got the mandala as well. If you want to go for all of them together, though, it doesn't matter which one was in which bundle when you get all of them, as everyone is. £100 if you get them all together, or $125, which is fantastic value for money. You're saving $39.94 in the UK, and you're saving over $50 if you're in the US as well. Now's a great time to place your orders. You can watch and shop at the same time, of course, over on our website, craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, depending on where you are watching us from. Lots of you are still commenting along as well. Oh, someone's saying, how do you mail out the dome card? You know, the one with the acetate on the front? Good question.
Oh, good question. Let's do an envelope box for this after we finish, should I?
Wonderful.
Yes, absolutely. Right. So I'm going to just pop this die together. What I had done, the ones that I've just cut out, I'd done it this way, Joe. I'd cut that one there and that. And I think I quite like the one that I'd got ready beforehand, where I have the very, very dark colour on the very, very top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring them in and just lay them up. So again, I'm using my... kind of like my backing out, or I was going plenty of tape on in the middle, and I'm going to lay that up onto this layer of the butterfly, and they will layer up perfectly. And then you see we lift the way. I'm obsessed with butterflies. You guys know what I'm like when it comes to butterflies. They're my favourite adornment for a card, and I love more than a butterfly with lifty up wings as well. And they look really, really professional. So just lifting them up, and you can see there how we've got those multiple layers coming through and kind of showing as we go right through there. So lifting all those wings up, and then the base one is going to stick on to our base piece. I've just got this piece of white here, and that was just our nice pearl card, which means we get the lovely pearl showing right through the edge. So there's our three-dimensional butterfly topper, which is going to go beautifully well inside the card. So lifting all of these up, and then that one there, to put it inside the card, I'm going to take a little bit of the 3D glue gel. So I've been using a lot of the 3D glue gel or foam pads, whatever you prefer. I find I've got a little bit more control when I use the 3D glue gel. And also I always get myself in a bit of a pickle trying to take the backs off the pads when we're live on the shows, Joe. So that's a little bit of an insight as to why I always do them. Look, here we go. I've just put one big one on this one ready. So then I'm just going to put just for you, and that is going to go down nicely in the corner. So that is giving us that lovely dimension. Now that one there, honestly, that is thicker than an inch even. So there's no way you'd be able to mail that with that much of a dome on. However, if you did it with just a small dome on the top, just like an inch depth dome, let me show you, because we've got the envelope box and the boxer on the show today. So let me show you how you would make a 3D envelope box. Right, I've got me envelope box and boxer, Joe. If I come onto the envelope box creator, can you see you've got all your instructions? And then if we go through, these are all my millimetre sizes. I'm going to go through to my inches sizes. So you can go up to an inch deep in your envelope boxes. Now, what I'm going to do is, let's make a square one. So that would be an 8-inch square. Is it 8 inches square? It is 7. So if I want to do 7 inches square, I come along from the 7, down from the 7, and I need 11 3/4 of an inch piece of cardstock. Now, the problem is that I've only got A3 here, so that ain't going to cut from A3. So what I'll do is I'll do a slightly smaller one so I can get one out of the blue, just to show you still the technique. Is that okay? So let's do a 6-inch square, which would need 10 3/4 inch paper, and use line I. So I'm going to just get my guillotine out and trim some cardstock here to 10 3/4 inches.
Fantastic. If you want to go for the Scoremaster along with the envelope box creator, they're both on the show for you, and it really is that deal that you all wait for, the really good one, which is £18, which is fantastic. So it gets you both of them, and you've got all the instructions included as well to make thousands of different size envelope boxes. So never again are you going to be struggling for an envelope for anything. Or do you know what I do all the time, Sarah? I'm sure other people have done it before. Bought a card in a shop and then not pick the envelope up. You don't realise the envelope comes separate and you have to pick it up again. And then you get home, you're just like, how on earth am I going to get an envelope now?
Yeah. The thing is, also, I find so many of the cards we make are all odd sizes, odd shapes, or odd depths. So I just don't understand, if you didn't have an envelope box creator, how you would solve that problem. That's how I started. That's how I started in this industry, was literally with an envelope box creator, because I was like, well, I don't know. Well, it just made envelopes at the time. We progressed on to envelope boxes. Right, so let's go back to the instructions. So I said we were going to do a 6x6. So if I get me double-sided die plates, you see, here's my 6-inch ones. And then here we come down to 6-inch this way. So can you see we're coming down to 6, along to 6, and in the corner tells me I need a piece of cardstock 10 3/4 inches, which is what I've just cut. I'm going to use line I. And what you need to see up here is, for an inch deep, we're going to use position 1 and 4. So position 1 and 4 relates to, on your envelope box creator, these steps 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll go into position 1 first of all. And it was line I, wasn't it? Because when it's a square, you use the same line on all 4 sides. So line I, and then into position 4, which is your top step. And we're going to do line I again. Then turn right round, do exactly the same on the opposite corner. So I, and then you're going to go right up to the other side and line I again.
Rowan is asking what sort of GSM you would recommend for making your envelope boxes, Sarah.
So for doing envelope boxes like this one here, I would recommend, you know, like the pearl cardstock or the luxury cardstock that we do, that is absolutely brilliant. So it's 300 GSM we use. To be honest, what I could have done, I just didn't have any down here to hand, is if you've got, what do you call it? Like your 12 by 12 pads. That's a really nice thickness, not quite for inch deep envelope boxes, but if you're doing envelope boxes which are like a half an inch or plain envelopes, you know where it says you need larger cards on here? Look, all of these, you would still, 11, 11, 11, 11, all of these you would still be able to do with some 12 by 12. These only a couple here that require larger. And do you know what I use for that, Joe? I like a bit of wallpaper.
Wallpaper.
So I just go and get some wallpaper samples, and wallpaper makes brilliant envelopes or envelope boxes.
Fantastic. Always good to know. Jennifer says, Joe, I would meet you in St. Louis anytime. Obviously, just have to wait until it's safe again. Yeah, okay, I think that is absolutely fair. A lot of you just loving all the demonstrations. Cheryl saying you have to get Craig to do a masterclass on how to take the backs off the foam pads so quickly.
Foam pads, you're right, I probably will. Craig, he rattles through it. He loves foam pads. I'm definitely a glue gel girl. He's definitely a foam pad boy.
I love that Debbie calls it chunky glue.
Chunky glue.
The chunky glue gel. The chunky glue.
The chunky glue. Well, it does. The thing is, it's like a lot of crafters would have used back in the day silicone.
Yeah.
But it stinks. And it yellows over time, whereas this is like a silicone substitute. So it works just like silicone, but you haven't got all the nastiness of silicone in there.
Always good to know. And also, Susan says, good thing I'm saving this class for later. My brain doesn't register this early. Well, you can watch us back any time, which is always great. All of our shows are always there on our website. You just pop yourself over there and you'll be able to watch them back, which is fantastic. Also, Lisa says, are there going to be any Christmas-themed double-sided dies coming out for Christmas this year?
Oh, Christmas launches next month. We're all gearing up for our big Christmas event next month. Christmas always launches in June here at Crafters Companion, so watch this space.
Wow, it's June next month, isn't it? The summer is well and truly here. Stacey's also saying, good morning from New York. Good morning, Stacey. Sarah, can you please make some Centura Pearl in 12 by 12?
Oh,
There's
I can have a word. I can absolutely look into doing that. We do it in the A3, which is almost 12 inches by almost 18 inches roughly. It's just close to 12 by 18. So Centura Pearl in the A3 works an absolute treat. That is what I've just used to make this three-dimensional envelope box. So as long as you don't do your bow on your acetate, your bow or your 3D front on your acetate thicker than an inch, that is how you would do a three-dimensional envelope box for that.
Fantastic. Loads of you commenting along. Remember, if you want to watch and shop at the same time, though, you can do that on our website. Here is all the details. Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day.
Well, that's just given me a chance to get the samples out ready to show you, because obviously I showed you this card, so that's one way to do it, and it's using those beautiful edges, but we use the edgeables and also those topper dies. So first of all, I'll walk you through the different edgeables and how you can be using them, right? So this is the floral one. Now again, can you see? It's the multi-layer, so it's the blue, the white and the pink in here. Or in this case, I love this one because you can see through the back of it. So you can see there the mint, the white, and then the coloured card. But this one you can see right through. This is what I love. This is the clever bit for me. That's what always excites me about the Edgeables, when you can see right through them. Or this one, I remember this is one of my cards that I made. This one here, and I mean, it probably needs a little bit of paper in the background. I think I was making it live on air, got a bit carried away. But I like the simplicity of just the white and the yellow. I think it looks really, really just spectacular. And of course, because they're Edgeables, you can cut them across the corner edges, you can cut them across the sides of your cards like this. This is the heart one. Now I love this idea. Can you see the black glitter? I'm going to try and do this one later for you, assuming I don't run out of time. But this one, this is one of Alison's. I thought this was a lovely idea because what she did was she actually put them on different layers on the card. Across the corner, so when it stands up, it actually stands up and makes a 3-layer card like that, which I just think looks really special. And again, you would be paying twice for 2 of those dies, but you're not, you're just doing them all as one. Now this is a Z-fold card, so this is going to be my next demonstration. I'm going to show you how to do the Z-fold cards with the Edgeables on them. But I love the idea here of the can you see just a bit, so do your fancy backgrounds. Leanne's going to be showing you some more fancy backgrounds tonight, but then you don't need much going on your card. How about just having an Edgeable down the side? And having an Edgeable would be too plain. Having a double-sided Edgeable looks brilliant. Cutting into the front of your cards, you could be doing all of this, cut into the front and cut away. That's another technique I remember teaching not that long ago. There is the same design, but with the stars on for this one. So it just shows you again cutting into the front of the card, over the top of stepper cards. I was hoping to get a stepper card. I tell you what, the time just goes in these shows. Easel cards, they look brilliant when you do easel cards and stand them over the top of the easel. Or down the front to a nice simple card where you then just cut down the sides at both edges. I just think how much of a fantastic card is that one there. So loads of lovely ideas. Those are just your Edgeables. Then the toppers. So if I just get these put back down here, I'll come back to you in a second. Yeah, I'll come back to that in a second. Right, the toppers. So there's 6 in total. The toppers are probably, I would say, where you'll get the most bang for your buck, right? Because you're going to be able to do it. Now, I know you all want the butterfly. So go, if you want, we'll put the details up for the smaller set. If you want to just, I mean, you can get just the butterfly on its own, but you could get the butterfly. You see, you get the butterfly with the cupcake. So here's my gorgeous cupcake onto, how cute's that? Little easel card done into a diamond. And that also comes with the heart. So the butterfly, the cupcake and the heart together in one set. And then the other set, if you want to go for it, so I know we'll swap them over, has got your beautiful mandala. So that is the mandala there. I don't want to be upside down here. So that is our mandala. Now you get the regular mandala. You also get the floral mandala in this set. Can you see? Love the floral mandala. And then the floral mandala also comes with the 3D flowers. I think this might be my favourite one in the whole set. You know, I know I love butterflies, but to be able to cut, because they've all got 2 dies, so they've all got, if I show you that one there, for example, she says optimistically, let me just find that exact die. Here is the flower split, right. So within that die, you're actually getting 2 die sets, so die 1 and die 2, and they cut out multiple layers, which is why you can do them in 4 different colours of card and create those really in-depth techniques there like that, in different colours all the time as well. So, Joe, I've got a little bit of a mess going on down here. I'm going to get ready. What would you like me to do next? Do you want me to do a bit of create a card, or do you want me to do some Edgeables?
Oh, I think the create a card.
How about we do one of them boxes and I'll show you how to cut into the lid of the box?
Sounds perfect.
Absolutely, right. I'll get ready for that. Give me a few minutes to get ready. Why don't you have a little preview of what's on the craft vault?
Absolutely, what a craft art we've got for you today. What I thought we'd do is put together like all of our core stuff. So all of the stuff that I know you guys absolutely love, and see if I could possibly manage to get you a discount on it. And I've managed to, I don't quite know how, but this is all core items that we carry on our website the whole time. Loads of you own these, loads of you absolutely love these products as well. And they're all real sort of crafty essentials that we've got for you as well. So right, I'm going to start with the guillotine first. Now this is fantastic. This is going to be brilliant for doing all of your different mats and layers that you might want it to do. Leanne, when she developed this, went to a sword manufacturer. So it's a self-sharpening blade that you've got on here. You've got inches and centimetres in your measurements too. And also this base element, this doubles up as a scoreboard too. So you get a little scoring tool in here. I think Sarah's nicked mine. And it will then allow you to do all of your scoring, which is fantastic. So you've got that on the show for you. 20% off, which is great. You very, very rarely see discount on these sorts of items. $19.99, $27.96 if you want to go for that one. Right. Lots of you got loads of good new crafty goodies recently, and you definitely need something to store them in. We've got our tote bag. Now the tote bag is such a brilliant size. You do get a shoulder strap included in here as well if you want to use that, but it will even store something like your Gemini Go in there. You'll be able to get some of your Gemini Junior plates in the center of there. You've got loads and loads of extra pockets in this one. So you've got pockets on the inside just here, and you've also got a pocket on the inside just here. Now the great thing about this is it's all piped, which is wonderful. It's all double stitched, so you know it's going to really stand the test of time. But the way all the pockets are designed, it means that you can put big sort of long things in here, like, you know, tubes of glue and stuff, and it will not topple out, which is fantastic. So really, really good design on that. You get the shoulder strap included too, saving 20%, $15.99 or $19.96 if you want to go for that one. I love that it's even got the studs on the base. So there's so many of you have got that already. Will be coming in to get a second one today whilst it's on such a great price. Oh, the scissors. Now the scissors are absolutely amazing. And I know what you think, how great can scissors be? Honestly, get these home and try them because they are incredible. You've got Japanese stainless steel blades on these, which is fantastic. They're rust and corrosion resistant. You've got a lovely ergonomic handle. They're Teflon coated as well. That means it stops things sticking to them. And you've got that long lasting quality. They're so great, the quality of these, that you wouldn't need, you could cut paper and fabric with the same pair of scissors and it would not damage them whatsoever. 20% is your saving on these. $10.39 if you're in the UK, $15.96 if you're in the US. Now, I know a lot of you went for our big storage folders recently when we bought them to you, so I thought it'd be great if we could bring you a deal on the magnetic storage folders, and that's what we've got. So you get 3 in a packet in here, and they're fantastic. So they go into our large storage binder, and they're going to enable you to put all of your different dies on here. So magnetic, they're just going to stick to them. It's great when you've got smaller dies, especially things like our little small expression sentiment dies, where they can be, you know, if you pop them in a bag or something, you run the risk of damaging them. With these, it means that you keep them, store them, and the thing is with your dies, if you store them properly and look after them, they're going to last you a lifetime. So these are going to enable you to do that. Definitely stock up on these while they're on such a great deal. It isn't one per customer. You'll be able to go for 3 or 4 of these. I think I'm right in saying you can get 4 packs in one binder, so you can get 12 sheets in each binder comfortably. So $5.59 or $7.99 if you want to go for those. Right, our ink pad storage trays. So many of you have gone for our incredible ink pads over the recent sort of weeks and months, so it's great to have somewhere to store them. The other great thing about these is it doesn't just store our ink pads, it will store any brand of ink pad, because what you've got are these little ledges here. So if you've got the squarer ones like your distress inks or something like that, they will fit in here too. You can either store them all upwards, you can actually, if you want to, clip them side by side, so you could have them 3 high and 2 wide if you wanted to at the same time, such as that. It's completely up to you. There's loads and loads of different ways that you can put these together. $13.59 to get you that, or if you're in the US, $19.96. You can store 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 ink pads in one of those. So if you wanted to go for 2, you could stack them double height. You could actually combine as many as you want together, which is fantastic. $13.59 or $19.96. Right, I don't know how I managed to get this this in the craft vault, but I have. It is, of course, the Gemini Mini. Now, this machine is small in size, but my, is it still powerful, because it is, of course, from the Gemini family. So you've got this here. It will take, you're going to get included as well. You're going to get your purple. Oh, the suckers are really strong. I've sucked it to the box. There we go. Got it stuck to the box. In here, you're going to get your manual, which is included. So it tells you all about your sandwich combinations in there. You're then going to get your purple shim, and you're going to get your cutting folder. So rather than having plates, this one machine actually has a folder. You'll be surprised the amount of dies that we bring to you that are suitable to go through the Mini. So it's great. And a lot of people talk about, I presumed when I first saw the Mini, we first brought it to you, that it would be a case of, well, you'd either get the Mini or you'd own the Gemini Junior, or you'd have the Mini or you'd own the larger Gemini machine. But what I've learned is these definitely will work beautifully alongside your larger machines. If you haven't got a larger machine and you're thinking about maybe trying a die cutting machine for the first time, what a great starting point. 20% off of that, $23.99 or $35.96 if you want to go for that one. Right, up next, an absolute essential. Okay, well, they're all essentials. I don't know if you can tell that yet. The next one we've got is our stamping platform. So the great thing about this is it's a 4x4 one. The wonderful thing is if you don't have the best dexterity, you can mount your stamp up on here, you can put it down, you can align it, you can see through the platform as well, which is right. So you can really see that you've got it in the right place before you then commit and push down. So it's spring-loaded, and you've got that measuring chart on there as well, so you can see, especially if you're lining up maybe letters when you're coming in and stamping one after the other, it really does make it very, very easy for you. Again, you've got 20% off of this, $7.99 if you're in the UK, $11.96 if you're in the US, if you want that one, and the cutting mat. Now these, I think this is like magic, these, because it's a self-healing cutting mat. So you cut it with a craft knife, and if you cut into it, it just sort of goes back to normal again. I think that's absolute magic. The great thing about this is it's a really, really good size. So it's 12 inches by 18 inches, which is fantastic. And also the other great thing is you've got all of your different angles on here too. So what you'll see is inches one side, centimeters the other, and then all of the different angles. So if you're working out how you need to do different cuts and different projects, especially if you prefer to use a craft knife, maybe you craft on a dining table, this is a great way of protecting the surface that you craft onto. $10.39 or $18.39 if you're in the US for that one. And finally, one more for you as well, the 4-pack of rocker blocks. Got that one on the show for you, £7.99, $11.19. These are great because what you can do is you can pop these onto, you put your stamps onto your rocker block, ink it up, and then what you're doing is rolling backwards and forwards. So if you struggle to get enough pressure when you're pressing down, by rolling, you're really concentrating that pressure onto every single point as you work across the stamp. So it really just depends. Some people like to use a rocker block and a stamping platform. It just really depends on what is your preference. £7.99 or $11.19 if you want to go for that one. Well, that was a craft vault. Maybe we'll give you a bit of a recap of some of the best sellers at the end of the hour as well, when we would normally do our craft vault. But talking about recaps of best sellers, I want to give you a reminder of some of the best selling products in the show so far today. Very, very busy on these ones. This is a double-sided dies. A quarter has gone here. Dancing Butterflies and the Pretty Florals collection. £20 or $30 for those two dies, which is a great buy. You're saving 20%, which is fantastic as well. So make sure you grab those ones. Now, 20% of this next one has sold and gone. This is the retro and the swirls. So it's the retro circles and the swirls that you've got there. £20 or $30 to get you that one. Again, saving 20%. Very, very busy there. Now the topper dies, you can go for the complete collection, or with the topper dies, what you can do is buy them in 2 individual collections. This is the most popular overall so far. Now this is the one that's got the flutterby, so it's got the beautiful butterflies in there. You've got the heart, and you've got the cupcake in that one as well. Oh, cupcake. There's just been an email go round, Sarah, that there's chocolate brownies over at head office. I don't know if you've seen it, but yeah, I was meant to be good today, but who knows. This is the other option that you've got here. So this is the Floral Delights, the Pretty Plosy, and the Floral Mandala. So your floral one's there. However, if you want the best value and you want the best deal, as I know so many of you always do, then get them all together, because when you get them all together, that's when you get the best deal. £100 or $125 gets you all of those, which is fantastic. Right, I need to just go back and take you through the creator card. So it looked like I ran away then, didn't it? I wasn't running away, honest. I'll just quickly take you through what you've got here. So you've got two different options to get them firstly. So this is option number 2 actually. This is the tiles. This is the Art Deco there. I love how that's been done with the gilding wax, and the stars, which is option number 2, $59.97 or $71.88. And then your other option is this one here. So this is one with a heart. It's a great card, that one. Really love what's been done there. You've also got the retro floral, and finally you've got the butterflies there as well. $59.97 or $71.88. These are great on a card, but wonderful things like tags as well. And the great thing is that you put it through and it's going to cut both sides for you. Of this largest collection, which represents the best value for money, I need to let you know that a quarter of the stock has gone just in the first hour alone. Now, many more of you watch these shows back after they've aired, compared to watching us at the time, tens of thousands in fact. So it is very busy. What I would say is, if you are watching this show back after, definitely check the website for the stock situation to see what's happening. Right, I'm going to tidy up because now I've made a mess, and whilst I do that, I'm going to hand you back to Sara.
We'll swap you over the Joe. I've got everything nice and tidy, ready for the next demonstration. And I did promise everyone I would show you how to do that technique where we can cut the into the front of the box, so we can do a layered up box like this. And can you see, this is one of those boxes where you can see through. So we're going to be able to pop a little bit of acetate in the background and be able to see through. Now you can do this technique with every single one of the Create Card dies, every one of them. Now, to do the actual box itself, just 2 sheets of cardstock, and I'm going to cut them to 10 by 8, right? So let's have a look. Oh, do you know what? I don't think they're going to fit in my little. No, they're not. You're not going to fit. I'm going to have to get my big guillotine out, Joe. This is why it pays, to have all the gear. And it's lovely when you get to come into my craft room, because we've got everything to hand here. So we're going to come along this way to 8 inches. So it's just over 8 at the moment. And we're going to trim it this way to 10 inches. Now, what I'm going to do is I've cut the card to 10 by 8. I'm going to score at 1 1/4 inches. So just 1 1/4, so it's just a little bit deeper than an inch deep box. And you're going to use your scoring board. So we've got the scoring board on the short. And what's brilliant about this is, Joe, this set of measurements where you've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches on there, that's a true measurement. This set down here are not a true measurement. These are slightly offset. That is to make your base. So we're going to make our base out of black. We're going to make the lid out of white. So we come to 1, and 2 little notches is 1 1/4. So you go to 1 1/4 on all 4 sides. And that'll give me exactly 1 1/4 inches off the depth of my lid. And then with the base, we've got exactly the same size card because we cut them both at once. Don't look at the measurements at the top, read from the bottom. So 1 and 2 little notches here, and that gives us a base which is 1 1/4 plus a little bit. And it's that plus a little bit which will give you exactly the right size to do your to basically make sure that your base fits snugly underneath the lid. Now, at this stage here, what we're going to do is we're going to put an aperture in to put our Creator Card design in. So if you just put your die on the inside here, then with pencil, I'll go around mine in pen, but with pencil, you're going to go all the way around the outside, and this is giving you the exact right size aperture. Now, do you know what I could have done with, Joe? That lovely self-healing cutting mat that you've got. Because it's so, I'll just work it onto my glass mat, but it would work so much nicer onto the self-healing cutting mat, because then it will literally give you a perfect cut as we're going along. So I'm using the metal edge knife and the metal edge ruler, and the craft knife, just to get an absolutely perfect cut. Just make sure you cut away all of your pen, or in your case pencil marks, because you don't want them showing on the underside. So that will give me just exactly the right size aperture to fit in Oh, you see, this is why I needed myself. If I'd used my self-healing cutting mat, that would have been a perfect cut then, all the way through first time, Joe, without me needing to go back in and trim a little bit off. So make sure you cut off all that working on there. And then what you need to do is cut yourself a piece of acetate that is going to go on the inside here. So just bring in your tape pen and go very, very close up to the edge. And we're just going to stick in the edge with the acetate. So remember what I said, you want, if you want to do an exact right size box to give you, well, to basically get the exact same project that I'm doing here, you want 10 by 8 for your base cardstock, and you're going to use your 1 1/4 inch line, and then draw around your die, and that gives you the right aperture for the lid. That gets us started. So I'm just going to make this up into a box, Joe.
Wonderful.
Anybody, you can appear as my little fairy on the corner if you want.
Here I am.
Very studious looking fairy today with the glasses,
Very
definitely.
studious, yeah. I feel like the glasses are good. So someone was asking, how long have you been wearing glasses? I don't wear glasses. I basically just couldn't get my contact lenses in today. And these glasses are so old. What happened was, when I moved house 2 times ago, I think I'd had a load of paperwork, and I decided I'd put the paperwork that just needed to be getting rid of in the barbecue that I had. And then the idea was, I thought I'll burn the paperwork in the barbecue once I've moved. That was where my logic was. What had actually happened is, I think the glasses had been on my head, I'd bent into the barbecue, they'd fallen off, and then I put a load of paperwork on top of them.
Sure.
I didn't find them for 7 years until I threw the barbecue out, took all the paperwork out of it that I never burnt after all of those years, and there was these. But I've actually, what I am working out as we get through the show is that I can't actually see with them anyway, so but thanks for all the love. Maybe I'll get myself a new pair. I do have a prescription, I just need to order a new pair. Loads of you talking, are saying can't live without your scissors. Stacey saying how much she loves the guillotine. Robin's only got 51 points to go until she reaches platinum. We're almost there, Robin.
Oh, can I tell you a secret, Joe?
Yeah.
I was in a special meeting last week, and do you know what the meeting was?
What?
The meeting was to plan out and design our special present that we send to our platinum members every year. So for Christmas, for those of you who are maybe new to us and didn't know this, every year for Christmas I send our platinum members, so these are literally the people at the top of our loyalty club, the die-hard fans as I like to call them, and I send them a present. So one year, in fact I'll tell you the story while I'm going with this, because you can see what I'm doing. So the first year we did it, we'd only ever had bronze, silver and gold in the club, and a lot of people had asked, you know, what's next after gold, how do we get to the next level? So what I did was I looked at how many points everyone had, and I worked out that we only had 9 people who had over 1,500 points. So what I said was, we will make the next level 1,500, so that only 10, I reckoned if we had 9 at the moment, we might get up to 10 people making platinum. So we said we'd make platinum 10 people, and we made the points requirement at 1,500. Now that was at the end of November. So December came round, and I thought, I'm going to go out and buy a present for each one of our 10 platinum customers. And I went to the shop and I bought them all a bottle of perfume, right? That's what I was going to buy. And the day before I went to the shop, I ran the report to see how many customers we'd had turn platinum, thinking it would be 10, it might have gone to 11. 68. 68. Since I said we're going to introduce platinum, 68 people hit platinum that next week, because they wanted to get the present I was going to send. So then, of course, I felt the pressure. So the next year, I copped out and I rang a florist, and I got a florist to just send everybody a bouquet of flowers on Christmas Eve. And then after that, we literally, the pressure's been on every year of how can we go bigger and better and do really awesome gifts for our platinum people. So one year we designed the advent calendar, and then the advent calendar became so popular that we started selling the advent calendar. So then we had to design something different. Let me just say, the meeting that Leanne and I had with the team last week, we designed the special gift that we are going to be sending our platinum people. Ooh. Now the difficulty is to guess how many people are going to be platinum by December, to work out how many gifts we have to order, and it's been specially handmade for us by one of our partner factories. So I am very excited. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Well, I'll tell you later after the show, Joe.
Okay,
I'm not going to tell everybody else.
I'll try not to tell everyone.
You're not going to tell. If there's a chance that you're going to tell everyone, I'm not telling you.
Okay.
You can either be in the circle of trust or you can't be trusted.
Maybe don't tell me, and then you've taken that decision out of my hands then.
Right. Let's just say we make sure at Christmas especially that we just thank everybody for all of their loyalty. So yes, you get your 20% discount all the rest of the year, but then at Christmas we send you the extra special little gift from me.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're a platinum member as well, not only are you going to get that great gift to look forward to, this collection, for instance, would only be £80. If you're in the club in the UK, and if you're in the US, it would be.
Oh, here he goes. He's going to have to work that out on the fly.
20%. It would be about less than $90, I think. I'll double check.
Well, let's have a think. 10%
So 10%
would be $12.50.
It'd be $100.
So you get 25 off.
It'd be $100, yeah. I went up the wrong way about working that out there. Susan says, Joe, you are a hoot. I don't know if that was in response to something I did or said or just generally, Susan.
I think that'll be in response to you putting your glasses in the barbecue for 7 years. Because I was thinking you're a hoot.
Do you know how pleased I was though when I found them? And I remembered instantly that I'd lost them and knew exactly what had happened the moment I found them. I'm very, very happy about
7 years later.
Bethan sent us in a picture which is just adorable. Look at that card. That is gorgeous.
Oh, I love that one with the stars, which just shows you where you can be going with this stuff, doesn't it?
Really
Bethan,
does.
I love that.
Tracy's been very busy with these three beautiful cards. That's a fancy fonts that she's used there as well with those. Love
Nice. Really nice.
Felicity has been that's an exploding box.
Oh, that's one of the boxes. Now we've got that on
something special, isn't there?
coming up in the next few days, and I love that little sneaky peek of the butterfly. I tell you now, that butterfly will become probably the most usable topper that you know. I love butterflies. You know when we always say we made a boo-boo, we'll stick a butterfly on it. Why not stick? Where's my lovely butterfly? Why not stick that perfect, gorgeous big butterfly on the front? That'll cover any boo-boo that and always look like it was meant to be there. I mean, that is just gorgeous, isn't it? So, right, here we go then, Joe. I'm going to finish this off. So, I've run that through the Xyron as well, and I'm just going to layer that up over the top. And I'm just going to take my time because I want to get it absolutely perfect. What you'll find is there's loads of like little holes to line everything up so that you can get everything lined up beautifully. So there it is, and you can see we're going to be able to see right through the centre of that. And then that I'm going to take and put onto the front of our box. So where is my lovely, yep, there we go. You know how I keep saying you could either put your tape on, you could spray it. If you're going to spray it, by the way, you're going to use our stick and stay. So the one in the red can, which is a permanent adhesive. But it's really important that I want you to put tape all the way around all of these bits, not just in the background. Can you see? I want you to have it all over so that the whole piece will then stick onto the front of the box like this. So that is going to go beautifully into the front there. And then also all them little extra pieces that are popped out, what you can do, you see, is just take out these tiny little, can you see, I'm just going to take a tiny little bit of glue gel and put some little blobs of glue gel all around the outside. And then these will perfectly go onto there like that. So these are all basically our leftover extras. Isn't that great?
It is fantastic. Christine says, but Joe, you're keeping the secret of the new signature collection secret. I'm dying to know that one. Well, yeah, good point. I am keeping that a secret, but that is going to be special, isn't it, Sarah? I don't think I'm even meant to know. I went past a box the other day on a desk and the box was open and I saw inside, and I think it was very near to the stationery cupboard, so I think I just accidentally saw it.
Accidentally popped your head in when you shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
What you like. Well, you know, start as you mean to go, isn't that box lovely? I'm quite excited about that one.
Stacey's joking that she's 10 times platinum after last week's warehouse sale, so quite possibly. That is absolutely gorgeous. We'd love to know what you've been making with these as well, but that's not even a card, that's a box. So these would make great tags, I thought, as well, Sarah.
Really
if you want to create
nice
your own tags.
But do you want me to show you? I've got some of the samples again that we can go through.
Would love
as well
to.
if you want. Right now, I've done quite a lot here. I've done a lot of these where you can do your shading in the background with your Harmony inks. So shade your cardstock before you cut it, or use your sparkle inks or your metallics or your aqua tints and cut into the backgrounds that you've made yourself. This is just a nice simple stepper card, but with it done, it's always this multiple layers, Joe, and I'm hearing they're super popular today, and it doesn't surprise me. I know I honestly thought all of you would have them, to be honest, because I remember when we brought these out, you just went bananas for them. And I think it's the fact that price-wise, if you think about it, you're getting 2 dies in each set, essentially, for the price of one, so you can create this multi-layered effect, but for a fraction of the cost, because you've got multiple layers coming in each one of them. This one's spectacular. Really like this. I can never remember the name of all of them, Joe. But to be honest...
That's the tiles, that one?
Yeah, thank you. I think if you're going to go and have a look on the website and try and choose them, this is why we do the big bundles, because we know that most of you really can't choose from them. And apparently today it's the same thing. Everyone's going for the big bundle on there. So there you go. Right, wonderful. So I'll get ready. Do you know what I thought we'd do? I'm going to do that Z fold card with the butterfly edgeable, because I know when we've done that little mini twin pack of the butterfly and the floral, that has been absolutely flying out. I'm glad that you like. What we try to do is just do you a little pack for anyone who just wanted to dip the toe in with edgeables. I put the 2 most popular together in a pair. So that's a brilliant one to get started with. So I'll use that one to do this little card here. Well, it's not a little card, it's an absolutely gorgeous card. I'll show you that one next, Joe.
Fantastic, can't wait to see that. What I might do is just run you back through all the deals that we have as well on the show today. Let's start with the creator cards. Now I'll just run you through. So there's 2 different options when it comes to getting this. I'll take you through the top row, which is option 1 first. So with option 1, you're going to get this one here, which is those gorgeous butterflies. Now, of course, this has been done with glitter card and some matte mirror and some white card. Depending on what you wanted to do with them, it could look completely different. You could use pattern papers as the background in there if you wanted to. You've also got the retro floral, which is this one just here. Again, a really, really beautiful design. And the great thing is about this, you look at them, you think, well, they're quite intricate as cards. It's one pass through the machine. It's the die that is doing all the work, and you're getting a lot of metal for your money here. Yes, you might be getting 6 dies, but they are double-sided. So it'd be like getting 12 creator card dies. That is what you're paying for when you get all 6 of them. You've also got the hearts as well. Very, very popular on the hearts. Now, the next one that we've got, the next collection is that has got the stars in there. Really lovely way of doing that. And again, that's done with an inky background in the foreground. You could, of course, do all of your inking techniques with these as well. They work beautifully there too. You've got this lovely Art Deco one. And then finally, you've also got the tiles, which was the one that Sara was looking at just a moment ago. When you get the full collection, details on your screen just there, £100 or $125 if you want to get the others. Right, I need to give you a heads up on the others. I'm going to whiz through some pictures if that's all right with you, because I know Sara wants to get started with that demonstration. This one is this is the butterflies and the pretty florals. There's a twin pack here. It's a great way to get them. These are as an edgeable, this one. A third of the stock there has sold out and gone. This is the other one that's available as a twin pack, and it is the retro circles and the swirls. £20 again, or $30, saving a fifth there. A quarter of the stock has sold out and gone of that one. Right, questions and comments, keep getting them in. I know that Stacey wasn't joking about being a platinum member 15 times over. I thought she was just, I thought she's being like, I thought it was a joke, but actually she's just told me how many points she's got, and she genuinely is a platinum member 15 times over. So we're looking forward to double platinum being added, she says. Michael Nugent says, hi Sara and Joe. There's a lot of chat, there's a lot of rumours about some sort of double platinum level or some upper platinum level in the club. Well, I haven't mentioned it. I know I'm going to get the blame now. Do
you know what I think? Should I tell you where the whole idea for the club came from? I do a lot of flying, as you well know, not at the moment, but generally. And so the flying club that I'm in has bronze, silver, gold and platinum status. And then if you achieve platinum status 10 years in a row, they make you lifetime platinum. So I think we should start looking at some form of lifetime platinum status, Joe. That was my idea, just been brewing away there.
I don't know how it can get any better than platinum, to be honest, but
Yes.
we will see. Watch this space. I'm glad you said that, Sarah, and I have had no part in this whatsoever because I will not be getting myself in trouble. Anyway, I'm going to hand back over to Sarah, so I know this is a demo loads of you absolutely love.
Right, brilliant. Yes, it is this one. And do you know what? I mean, Z cards are fabulous at the best of times, but doing them as a Z card with a double edgeable on, so the top and the base, it's fast become one of my favourite cards. I must have done this demo half a dozen times with various different edgeables over the last couple of months since we've been in lockdown, Joe, just here on Crafters TV, and still you all keep wanting to know more about it. So, the basic edgeable to start with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my scoreboard in and I'm going to score at 3 inches and 6 inches, right? So that you've got, I've dropped my scoring tool down here. So what you've got is, you've got what we called a fold back card, right? So when you get to a fold back like this is basically almost ready to go on a Z fold. So you get your fold back, and then you come in and trim off however much you want on the bottom. So if I take it to 6 inches, which I quite like doing, 6 inches becomes a 6-inch square card. And can you see, you've got your card like this. What you then do is this one flips over, and this is going to connect onto the bottom of your card like that. Can you see? So that's how it makes into a Z. So if I just show you that again, you do your half fold and your quarter fold. That gives you that shaped card there, which is called a fold back. You flip this bottom one over, and that is going to stick on the bottom and make your Z fold card. So that's the base Z fold. If I bring back in, here's my gorgeous butterfly. I know I've got a bit of butterfly slap happy here, Joe, but you know I do. You know I love the butterfly dies. Now, I take off those little bits of tape. Just make sure, by the way, when you're doing this, make sure you've got all your little bits popped out, because otherwise they won't cut very well the next time. And you end up, and I've done it a few times, Joe, you get really lazy and you don't sit and pop out all the last couple of bits, and then your card gets ingrained in here and your dies don't cut as well. Right, here we go then. So this is how it's going to cut. What I'm going to do is take this is the one that cuts the outside. This is the one that cuts the detail. So I'm going to cut my outside. Just make sure it's lined up in the middle of your card here. So we're lining that up. We're going to hold it in place with a little bit of tape. Here we go. She says, I want to get some tiny bits, but literally just tiny bits here. And just hold these edges down. This is the best place to hold it, where it's not actually going to cut anything. And we're going to the base card. Right, can you remember what the rule was, Joe? That sandwiches between 2 pieces of card. So you've got your base card that we're cutting into. You're just going to pop a bit of, pink card in the background. Watch what I'm going to do. I can see that there's no cardstock on there. So I'm just going to hold that in place up there with my tape. How brilliant is that, okay? And that is then going to go, so you've got your die sandwiched between 2 pieces of cardstock. That then sandwiches between your double-sided die. So that goes in there. And we're going to pop that crossways. Let's have a think. Yeah, go on, it'll just about fit in there, I think. Yeah, we'll put it across that way so that, hang on, there we go. Now it'll fit in perfectly. So that sandwiches in between your 2 double-sided die plates. And then this is going to sandwich in between your 2 cutting plates. And whoever the lady was asking at the start of the show about where to put your tape, hopefully that has been a really nice kind of little tip as we're going.
Loads of chatter about the club now since you've mentioned that, Sarah. I'm going to try and avoid those ones.
Do you know, if you've got some suggestions on what you'd like to see, like improvements to the club, or what the next level could be after platinum or whatever, then I am all ears. Please do shoot those comments over.
What sort of size cardstock did you start with here? Is what Wendy's asked.
I started with A4. So Perfect. It would be exactly the same if you wanted to do and use 8.5 by 11. Cool. So I know a lot of you in the US work on 8.5 by 11. That would work an absolute treat.
Wonderful. Yeah, they'd like to see it called diamond level, is what I hear. That's been said quite a
look
lot.
at that. You've even gone as far as naming it, guys. I am impressed.
Diamond level is what they want the next level to be called. So we shall see. Any questions that you've got about this technique, then do let me know.
Joe's like, please ask me some other questions other than stuff about the club. Otherwise, I'm going to get shot off the bus when I come out.
Christine says, and if Diamond could have a 50% discount, that would be wonderful. I bet it would be, Christine. Now look, I can tell you that's definitely not going to be happening. You can rule that one out right now.
Hey, as we would always say, shy Ben's getting out and God loves a trier.
Absolutely. Carlene says titanium could be the next level. Great idea.
Titanium, fancy.
And Susan's asking, why do you place the die at an angle?
Right, so yes, I want to basically, and these are a great question, right? If we were to send it through the rollers this way, we're asking that to cut about 50 cutting points at once. If we go this way, we're only asking it to cut about 10. So if you want a deeper, more thorough cut, then ask it to cut less cutting points at once. So it's I said before, I really wanted to put the, I wanted to put what did I want to put in, Joe? I wanted to put my metal plate in because I wanted to give it a bit of extra bite so that I could get a really detailed cut, and it wasn't having any of it. This is kind of achieving the same sort of thing, but a little cheap way. So always pop them in kind of on a little bit of an angle, and basically you'll not be asking it to cut as many at once, and you'll get a deep, because if you think the amount of pressure that's going through the Gemini, oh please, yeah, I think we'll be all right there. The amount of pressure that's going through the Gemini, if you've got 100 bars of pressure and you are asking it to cut 50 times, then each cutting point will get 2 bars of pressure. If you've got 100 bars of pressure and you're only asking it to cut 5 times, then each of those cutting points will get 20 bars of pressure. So you're getting like 10 times more pressure just because you've angled your die slightly and asked it to cut less cutting points at once.
Tammy seems to think that she's made platinum in a month on several occasions.
Nice.
That's always fabulous. And also, the email to send photos, Peggy's asking about, studio@craftscompanion.co.uk is where you send those. Lisa's saying Sara needs a little brush to clean out those dies.
I do, yes. And also, if Leanne's watching, I'm going to get absolutely shot for hitting my double-sided dies off the end of the bench, because that is how you blunt them. So bear in mind, when you're doing it at home, you're not going to have the added pressure of having to do this at the speed of light. You're going to have, you want to take half an hour to make this card instead of 10 minutes, you're more than welcome to do that. It's just me trying to get through this many cards in the show, having to do it at warp speed. Right.
Kirsten sent a picture into us, so would you like to see it?
Oh, yes, I would like to. Oh, Kirsten, either you have just made that card after I've shown you, or we have had exactly the same thought on how awesome they look with the acetate on the front. They look incredible.
It must be Kirsten from Germany, because the sentiment is in German. I was like, oh, these glasses really are bad. I can't read what that sentiment says. Actually, turns out I can't read it because it's in German, Joe. But absolutely, thank you for sending that into us. We do love that. You'll find the die brush on the website, is what someone's saying as well.
That's a good idea. Right, so there we go. We've cut, that is the detail. Can you see? I've just cut the extras away. I used the little knife in the middle so that we've got that Z fold on the card. Now I want you to do exactly the same with the top part here. So I want you to use that die, exactly what we've just done. You're going to go across this part here and then across that part. And I've already done one just in the interest of kind of speeding it along. Can you see? So they're not going to line up exactly because it's not a symmetrical die, but I don't think it matters. I think they still look pretty spectacular. So let's get the whole card put together. Should we put the top pieces on first, Joe?
I think so.
These are the detailed ones that I've just cut. Now this is what I mean when I didn't have to sit and pop them all through. Well, it's brilliant, so that what you've got is, you've got like all the details. I haven't had to sit and pop them through. I've still sent them, where did I put them? Here we go. I've still sent them through a Xyron machine. And I just think it's, if you don't already have a Xyron machine, I know we're waiting for them to come back into stock, but look how much easier it is when I can come and take one of these, Joe, and then just ever so gently position that all in place without having to get bits of glue everywhere. I mean, that is literally, look, it's just fallen into place perfectly. This is the difference. I think having them double-sided dies Look at them there. That I just think looks absolutely spectacular. So I've got the pink ones to go on the bottom, and I've die cut some lavender ones when we were sending it through to go on the top. So we can do both of them.
Beautiful. And I think people are never going to know. People are going to look at these cards that you make and think, how on earth have you made that? You know, because it does look like something you've had made or would have to be, you know, mechanically processed, doesn't it? But really, it's just a piece of cardstock and some of our incredible dies that allow you to do it, which is great. And then the great thing is, you can do it in whatever finish you want, whatever cardstock you want, whatever colour scheme you want. You're always going to have something that matches and works, which is fantastic. And if you had to batch make cards, surely these would just be the optimum die, wouldn't they, to allow you to do that?
Oh, super quick. And you know, I will touch on it. I know a lot of you might be like stockpiling on the cards that you're making while you're in lockdown, because you've maybe got like small businesses that you're going to be going back off and selling your cards. All of our products that we design have an open angel policy, which means you can make and sell as many as you want, and there is no like limit. So there's no limit to how much you can charge, no limit to how many you can make in a year, whether you're doing it for your own small business or whether you're raising funds for charity.
Fantastic. Always good to know that you've got the option to allow you to do that. Suzette's saying, Suzette's husband's always saying that you need to use the instructions. I prefer to see the demos. I learned that way.
Yes.
Susan saying Joe is Superman in disguise. Just saying.
Oh, I love it.
All right. I look like I've eaten Clark Kent, but at the moment, anyway, I'll be pedalling really hard over the next few weeks. No, someone else said that earlier. Someone else said that the glasses were a bit Clark Kent. We have been working out, though, during the show that they're definitely not the right prescription. I might have to pop back and I might have to try and pop my lenses in for the latest show because I can't really read the screen properly. So.
We'll keep you right, Joe. It's when you were trying to tell us there was something in the kit. I'm thinking there definitely
not.
Isn't. Like there definitely isn't. Bless you.
Your eyes are okay, Kirsten says. It is German. And Kirsten was saying that she made that card whilst watching the show.
Yay!
Fantastic.
Thrilled to bits. Absolutely thrilled to bits. This is what I like to do. You see, I like it even better when I think you're crafting along with me. It's even more fun.
Suzette saying Joe, the new Clark Kent. I don't think so. Maybe it could be like, what would Clark Kent be if he was a crafter? And it wouldn't be Superman, would he? What would be like a crafty superhero? Maybe you could let me know about that in the comments. I'm just trying to do anything to diffuse the Club Inspire conversation is what's going on now.
Is it still going pretty heavy on the Club Inspire there?
Pretty much. Another great point though, that so Mickey's made a really good point. Can people use our double-sided dies through machines that are not our machines?
No, unfortunately, it's because, and that's not us being funny. Like I know some other companies say, "Oh, don't use these in a Gemini machine. Just use it with my machine," because they say it just like that, obviously. No, this is it's because we've obviously calibrated those double-sided die plates perfectly to work in our machine. So I wouldn't like to say yes, it'll work brilliantly well in these machines because they're not standard size plates. So by all means, if anybody else has tried and had some success, you are welcome to recommend to your other friends and whatnot, but that's the reason why we don't say, because we haven't had approval to say use these plates in other die cutting machines. And that's what you need. You need the different depth of plates.
Fabulous. Someone said, Angelo said as well, that you can send Xyron items through your Gemini, rather than rubbing them on the back of a counter. What sort of plate combination for that? Do you know?
I just use loads of plates, basically.
Just all the plates?
Yeah, pretty much all the plates, just to get loads of pressure on it. So I just put all the plates. I don't use my rubber embossing mat, but pretty much all the plates other than that, and I find it works an absolute treat.
Fantastic.
So I have to say, Joe, I am particularly thrilled with how this card came out today. I think that is I think that one there is one of my favourites that I do. I love the Z Fold card. I would love to see some photos of you guys doing the Z Fold, but I think in particular with the double-sided dies, the Z Fold card just takes them a complete other level. And here's the thing I would ask you to do, okay? If you fancy having a go at it, but you just want to teeter in the edge, we've got them little bundles for £20 or $30 where you can just try like the butterfly in the floral, which would be brilliant for this. Or if you're looking and you're thinking, Oh yes, these look, I mean, even if you just did the 2 types of cards that I showed you today and you thought, I'm absolutely sorted with these, every one of those dies in the complete collection you could do this technique with. So you could be building up. So that is like endless amounts of cards you're going to be able to do. So it's like dip your toe in the water or absolutely we're going for it. Now, how about, do you think I might squeeze one more last demo in, Joe? I'll get tidied up and let's go back and do some of them creator cards.
Sounds fantastic. Lots of you commenting along. What I'd like to do is just give you a recap on some of the busiest items that you've seen today on stills, if that's okay. So this is one that Sara has just showed. It's really, really busy here. You've got dancing butterflies and the pretty florals together. Pretty florals are pretty awesome. £20 or $30 to get both of those together, saving a fifth. Remember, all of you Club Inspired discounts, so it sounds like most of you are platinum, will get an extra 20% off of those as well. A third of the stock of that one has sold out and gone. Now we have another duo for you, which is the Retro and Swirls collection, which is these two just here. £20 again for this one, or $30, and you're saving a fifth on those ones. Now, if you like the look of the Edgeables, then we've got some great Edgeable collections for you. 4 Edgeable dies for £41 or $65. That is amazing. That's shut the front door, shut the back door, run up the street naked and kiss the milkman kind of value, because to get a double-sided Edgeable for just over for what, £10.50, £10.25 even, completely unheard of. Over 20% off here as well. Very, very busy on that one. There is another option with the smaller collection as well. Which is this one here. It's the heart, the dancing, you've got the shining and fleur, £41 or $65 if you want to go for that one. However, that shut the front door, shut the back door value gets even better when you go for all 8 of them, because you're looking at less than £10 per die collection here in this configuration. £75 or $120 is over a quarter off. To give you some idea, so in the UK you're paying £104 almost for these, or $183 you'd be paying in the US. So really fantastic to get them whilst they're on such a great discount. Now, of the creator card, you guys are loving these. Over a third of the larger collection has sold out and gone. So you will need to be quick for them. That's a 35% saving there on those creator cards. £100, $125 if you are in the US. Loads of you are still commenting along. I'm crafting with you, says Malia, which is wonderful. She's waiting for her double-sided dies to appear. Don't forget, if you want to watch and shop at the same time, really easy and simple to do so. crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu is where you go for that. Don't forget as well, another great show coming up at 4 o'clock here in the UK, 11 a.m. on the East Coast, with myself and the lovely Leanne. So we're very, very much looking forward to that as well a little later. But I know Sara's got even more she wants to show you, so I'm going to hand you back.
Yes, we're going to do a stepper card. And do you know what? The last time I did a step, in fact, the last 3 times I've done a stepper card, I've given all the measurements in inches. And I'm going to do this for Kirsten watching, because I know she's watching in Germany. And over in Europe, they don't work in inches. They do everything in centimetres. So I'm going to do this one in centimetres for a change so that you can see both. Now, if you're watching in America thinking, what are centimetres? What is going on? Don't worry, because the other side of your scoring board, this side has inches on, this side has centimetres. So you can all do every card in any size you want, okay? Now, first of all, I've cut my piece of cardstock to 17 by 34, right? So we're going to end up with a square card in the end, because obviously it's double the length to what it is the width. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little score mark in at about 5 centimetres, not going all the way up, but a little score marking at 5 centimetres. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my steps in this side for the score line. So I think I'll flip this over so that this is near here. So I'm going to do my first one. I'm going to do my first little step at 5 centimetres, which means we go and score at 5 centimetres and then 10 centimetres. So if you're doing this in inches, for example, you could maybe do this at 2.5 and then 5 inches. Then I'm going to put my next one, I'm going to give it a little bit longer, I'm going to go to 22 centimetres. So let's have a look. If I take 10 down to 5, I need to go 22 centimetres along. So 5, let's just go 20, 21, 22 is going to be like at the end, right? So, or you'll see that, you'll kind of see that if I put my score line in there. So if I just put this in here, put this in at 0, 22, so we'd want to put this at 12 here. Yep, does that make sense? So I've put a 22 centimetres from the edge. Then flip it over. On the other side, the halfway point would be 17. So you put your score line at 17. Does that make sense? So this is 5 centimetres, 10 centimetres, and then this comes in at 22 centimetres here. And this one is the halfway point, which is 17. And if you want, because I did do one of these in inches a little while back, which is why I thought we'd do a little bit of a change. You'd do centimetres. And then you're going to...
Kirsten, though, funnily enough, says, oh, honey, you are so lovely, but I'm only working in inches, although I know everyone here works in centimetres. How funny.
It was me thinking, oh, I'll do that for... I know we've been getting more and more Europeans watching all the time, so I thought, oh, I'll do a 1 in centimetres for a bit of a change. And you guys don't even need it. So, yeah, if you wanted to do it in inches, then just all you've got to remember is, right, we're going to step up and step down. Then whatever's left, you need to put the halfway mark. And then on this side, you need to put the halfway mark here. That's how I did it. Up and down, then whatever's left, half it. And on what's here, half that as well. Right. So here we go. That is going to give me the nice backing piece. And I've got some, here we go. I'm just going to put some nice cardstock onto the back there. And then we're going to do our double-sided die and cut it in. And I'm going to use the hearts because I think the heart is really clever. It's quite retro in the way it's been done. So I will show you that in what, oh, right to the end of that one there. Tell you what, we're going through tape pens.
Sent us in a photo, Sarah. Do you want to have a look at it?
Oh, yes, please. Let's have a little look, Robin. How's it going? Oh, Robin,
lovely.
liking the Z fold. I'm loving that, Robin. See, it's a Z fold with the edgeables on.
Fabulous.
So, really nice. Actually, I think that might be with corner dies on. But either way, the concept's the same. It looks fabulous.
Really great.
Right, here we go. So, I'm going to use some glitter and pearl cardstock. So if I get this die out, can you see you've got little bit of hearts with some missing and then lots of hearts cut out with supporting bits for where they're missing. So I'm going to have the lots of stuff on the blue and I'm going to have the little bit on the silver. So if I just bring you back in the card that we're doing, can you see you show some of the bits of silver through and the blue is the all over background cut. So we sandwich that. So you've got your die sandwiched in between 2 layers of cardstock. 2 layers of cardstock are going to get sandwiched between 2 of our double-sided die plates. Going to put them slightly on a jaunty angle, just like what we did before, remember? And then those 2 are going to get sandwiched between our 2 sets of outer plates. So that's always the sandwich that you need for double-sided dies. It's been quite nice, actually, doing the whole show on double-sided dies because it meant I haven't had to worry about remembering the different sandwiches. It's one sandwich to remember for the whole day. It's the same whether you go for the junior plates or the larger ones, Joe.
Yeah, we've got both of them in stock at the moment as well. And you get 20% off. Am I right in thinking you've used the junior for all of this show or most of this show?
I've used the junior all day, yeah, for the whole lot.
So it's completely up to you. I guess you can get multiples though on your. You can do multiple cuts on your larger plates as you would a normal die, Sarah.
Yes, absolutely. Cut through multiple ones at a time, make life easier.
Fantastic. So it's up to you which ones you want to go for, but they are both in stock, which is fantastic. And you do, of course, need to have them if you want to use the double-sided dies, which is important.
Right, so what I want you to do is do all of the popping out here, Joe. You will be pleased to know that in true Sara style, I've popped a one out and I've popped out my other silver one and ran them both through the Xyron. You see, because we're planning the shows a little bit further out, means I can get organised with all of these and get my demos prepared ahead of time so that I can do extra demoing for you. So here we go. There's the background piece. It's going to go on, first of all, up here. And look how much easier it is when it's all sticky and ready to go. And then this next piece, so you'll see that blue is the same all the way over. It's just the back ones that are going to be missing some. Can you see? I think that's really, really clever, that. So you've got a few of the little hearts missing. Shows you some of the designs in the background. I think that's really nice and clever, that. Now, have we got time just to show you one of these double-sided topper dies again, Joe?
I think so, yeah.
In the topper dies, oh my life, where have I put them? They're over here. Now, in the same set as the butterfly, we're going to use the one that's the heart. So I've tried to choose the ones from the same set in case you're just going for a couple today. So again, if I get this open, here we go, get the heart one out. I've brought in here 4 layers of cardstock. So we're going to go with a nice base layer with my blue. So can you see, we get here the base layer in the light blue, and then we're going to sandwich that with the black. And then with the next one, we're going to go slightly more detailed. So we're going to go slightly more detailed with the silver, and we're going to go even more detailed still with the other blue on there. Now, you know you were saying about can we do multiple ones at once? If you had the bigger plates, you'd just be able to do even more. So I'm going to cut both of those at once through the Gemini machine. Just exactly the same as before, sandwiching it between 2 layers. So double-sided die plate onto the next double-sided die plate, and then sandwich those in between my 2 cutting plates.
Absolutely fantastic. Still loads of you watching, hundreds and hundreds of you, in fact, today. So Stacey's saying Sara's style, which you say all the time. She's Stacey saying, I want to steal that and make it Stacey's style. Do you mind?
Not at all. That's exactly why I'm here, to try and get... Do you know, I don't sit and dream up all of these. Do you know what I do? When we plan what's on the show, I go through the backs of samples and think, that one's nice, I'll make that. That one's nice, I'll make that. So I just do the same as you. We have some fantastic designers who work on our team coming up with all of these designs for inspiration. Make the most of it. It's not copying, it's taking inspiration from. That's the way I always like to think of it. So here we go.
Loads of you still commenting along. Lots of I mean, you've just really started something with the Club Inspire, I think, Sarah,
dear.
because it's, you know...
Do I need to go and spend the afternoon reading all the comments from this morning's show?
I think so, yeah, because, I mean, there are hundreds. Tammy says, Tammy's got a wonderful avatar as well. I'm loving the avatars today. Very first card I made is that heart double-sided card. One for my son, one for my husband last year for Valentine's Day. What a lovely thing to do.
Love
that. It's a great way of using that. And loads of people saying the heart pieces popped out working the shaker card too, which is always a nice way of using
them. They really do. They
Some of the
really,
waste
really
is
well.
fabulous, isn't it, from these dies?
Oh, like you say, Joe, the stars, the hearts, the little flower pieces, loads of them can really come in handy. And because I'm using the die to get a nice kind of crisp cut like this, can you see I've been using that? So this is going to layer up 1, 2, 3 layers, 4 layers, makes a lovely, can you see, a lovely 3-dimensional topper. And all I'm going to do is take that 3-dimensional topper. So I'm very conscious I'm running out of time here. My 3-dimensional topper will go down on here. You've actually got all of these little hearts, which, by the way, will nest inside each other. So can you see, you come and pick up there. These are all slightly smaller than each other. So this one I've put on the back there, and actually the whole card that I've made, there's the whole card, and you can see just layering those up looks fantastic. And that was the side. Do you want me to run you through them sizes again for the card? So it was, because we're working in centimetres, I'll give you an inches conversion off the top of my head though. Because we went in centimetres, I went 34 centimetres this way. So then what you do, I went up 5 and back and down 5. So then if you take 10 off your 34, right? So what you're left with, you half it and put a score line in here at 22 from this end. Then this one, you just take the halfway point score, which was 17. So if you're working in inches, I would go, let's have a look, 2 inches and then back down 2 inches. And then if the whole of your card is, if you take it to 13 inches, take the halfway point in here. And then what's 13 inches, you're just going to take the halfway point in here as well and do the half of your 13 inches in here. So it's the principle and the concept of how you would fold these together. So hopefully between stepper cards and Z fold cards and also boxes, we did our box, didn't we? We also did our bow fronted card as well. I think that might have been my favourite one that we did all day. We did the bow fronted. I do like these masterclasses, Joe, because we get to go. I mean, look, it looks like a bomb's gone off on my table, but I feel like we've learned a lot of stuff. It's been a really good one for learning a load of stuff, hasn't it?
It really, really has. And don't forget that it will live on our website indefinitely, so you'll be able to always come back and watch this. So if you're placing your orders now, you'll definitely be able to, as soon as that product comes back to you, unbox it, come back to this masterclass, and still have all of that inspiration, which is amazing. Right, I just want to whiz through some of the most popular options on the show for you. This one is a Gemini Double-Sided Die, Butterfly Retro, Floral and Love. That one, very, very busy, $59.97 if you want to get that one, or $71.88. There is a second option in this one. It's the Stargazing, the Decadent and the Opulent. The best value, however, comes when you buy all of them together, and this is it here. 40% of a big stock has gone. A lot of you in the ordering process at the moment, as well as we come towards the end of the show. If you're watching the show back, I'd definitely check the web to make sure that is in stock, because it is very, very busy. £100 or $125. You can, of course, use your Club Inspire discount on top of that as well. The next one, some toppers for you too, are double-sided layerable topper dies, £55 to get 3 of these, or $71. A quarter of that one has already sold out and gone. There is a second option for you as well, which is this one just here. Again, exactly the same pricing, £55 or $71 gets you those. However, if you want to get both together, because I know what you super fans are like, we've given you a little bit more off of them as well, £100 or $125. Again, you can use your Club Inspire discount in conjunction with that. The Envelobox creator, really, really busy on that one. It comes, of course, with the it's the board and envelope box together there. Scoreboard bundle, £18 or $23 if you want to go for that one. The Edgeables, always popular. Don't forget there was a whole Edgeable Masterclass as well. There's been 2, in fact, whole Edgeable Masterclasses. You can go back and you can re-watch those and use those Edgeables. A third of this one has gone, £20 or $30. There is another 2-piece collection, another duo, £20 and $30 again, and a quarter of that one has already now sold out and gone. Right, I know we did it already, but we're going to just quickly whiz back and recap some of the craft file items, because it is such a special one. It's all of the kind of core products that we bring to you, and what we've done is managed to get you a discount on them as well. So the guillotine, the small guillotine, to get the small guillotine for under £20 is amazing value. It really is. Now remember, this is self-sharpening. You've got that wonderful guard there as well, so you're not going to get too close to the blade. You've got inches and centimetres on here. It's a scoreboard for you as well, so it means that you can use it to score as well as to cut. And if you love doing mats and layers, this is going to give you the most amazing mats and layers. Right, we're going to move on. We have got the magnetic storage panel. Robin was saying in the comments she bought 4 or 5 of these in the show today, saving 20% on these as well. £5.59 or $7.99. You get 3 in a pack, and you can get 12 into one of our large storage folders as well. So definitely grab a few of those. I can see lots of you multi-ordering there. The Gemini Mini, fast becoming one of your favourite die cutting machines that we bring to you, just because it is so compact, it's neat, it's so fast as well. If you're just doing little jobs, little projects, you want to have maybe a second die cutting machine. And remember, it works beautifully in conjunction with your larger machines. Also $23.99 or $35.96. That's a 20% saving on that machine, which is just fantastic. The rocker blocks, always so popular whenever we bring these to you. They are amazing. You've got 4 in this collection, which is great, and they're all different sizes, which is brilliant. So they're going to be great for a whole host of different jobs. And again, what these are all about is you getting that clean, clear, crisp stamp every time that you use them. £7.99 or $11.19 if you want to go for those ones. Well, it was an absolute pleasure. I've really enjoyed this masterclass. Massive thanks to Sara. A huge thanks to all of you guys at home. I'll see you tomorrow, Sara, for Softer Side of Life.
Yes, I've got a great one. I started all my prep work last night. It's looking fabulous. I'll put a preview up on Facebook actually later on today with where I've got on, and then I'll update you later tonight. But tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock is going to be a fantastic show. But of course, this is not it from us from today, because Leanne's going to be up with Joe later on this afternoon. So 4 o'clock if you're in the UK, 11 o'clock Eastern time for those of you watching over on the East Coast, or 11, 10, 8 o'clock. No? 11, 10, 9, 8. Yes, 8 o'clock it is on the West Coast for those of you who are going to go back to bed now for a couple of hours sleep. So Joe and the team will see you later this afternoon, and I will see you in the morning.
See you later.